I definitely became more serious about music as I got to be a teenager.
I read that this is one of your favorite places, this hotel. Why is
do.
that?
It's just you know, free breakfast, hanging out, playing guitar in the lobby.
You've been here before then?
Yeah, this is I guess the fourth time? Yeah. No, third. Well, fourth time we've been to Europe, but third time we've been here. Yeah.
Netherlands. What do you think of the Netherlands?
I like it a lot.
Because you were in Spain yesterday.
Yesterday.
Netherlands today, UK tomorrow, or France Friday.
Yeah.
Do you get any rest in between?
No.
Not at
No,
all?
a little bit. A little bit.
How do you deal with that?
You know, that's what touring is all about, you know. Just kind of go with it, do what you can, you know. Live on adrenaline and coffee.
You like that? You like touring?
Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it gets to be hard, you know. But,
Like when?
you know, when there's a lot to do and, you know, don't have a lot of time to do it and, you know, want to just chill out before you play and don't have time, but, you know, it's just the way it goes. It's all right.
How's it with the rest of the band?
What's that?
How's it with the rest of the band, the relationship on the road?
Good. Everybody seems like they're having a good time.
Yeah, you never have any, like you get too much of each other?
Well, I mean, there's enough of us that you can. Everybody can always find somebody they haven't hung out with in a little bit. There's 8 of us, so you know.
Anybody your favorite or?
I can't. Come on, I can't say that. Come on. No, you're not my favorite.
Not your favorite?
No.
Least favorite, maybe.
Least favorite. That's
Your own grave.
it.
How important is the audience reaction during a show?
I'd say pretty important. You know, I mean, you want to obviously get people, you know, excited and riled up. You know, I think it's more, you know, it's my job to create that reaction. So.
Does it ever not work?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, not that often, and you know.
Can you name one time when it happened?
I try to forget about those times.
Oh yeah. That bad? But what do you do then when it gets bad?
No, I mean you just keep working until you know people respond. You know, and sometimes it takes longer than others. You know, that's all you can really do.
Because how are you on stage? You seem very. There's a show going on. Is that all planned in ahead, or is it just going in the moment?
Pretty much. I mean, some of it is you know, it's like there's obviously things that we do night after night, but then things change over the course of the show, and depending on the audience, you know, just like that's what happens.
Yeah. How's the audience been so far?
Good. Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
And has the audience changed since you've become successful?
I think it's gotten bigger. I don't know if it's actually changed demographically. I think that there's, you know, we've always had kind of a wide range of people, you know, who come to see us, which is very exciting. You know, and I think that has, you know, just become even more true. You know.
But wasn't it like in the beginning maybe just the people that were focused on soul music and now more?
I don't think so. I don't think it was ever that. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I think that it was always just like, you know, people who really were into music. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, what kind of fans do you have?
I don't know, man.
You don't talk to fans?
I talk to them, but everybody's different, you know. So it's not. It's like, you know, I have old fans and young fans, and.
You think they're the same people that listen to pop music, rock music, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you? Yeah. And you grew up in Boston, in a small town near Boston.
No, not really. It's just like kind of part of Boston, you know.
Yeah, oh, it is part of Boston.
Well, I mean, it's just right on the border, so I wouldn't call it a small town.
Is there a big soul scene there?
I don't think there's a big soul scene anywhere.
No? Well, maybe in the past, like 50 years ago, maybe?
I mean, then there was a big soul scene everywhere.
There was?
In America, at least, you know. But no, not really. Brookline was not where it was.
And how did you get into it then?
Through my father.
How exactly did it work?
What's that?
How did it work exactly?
I mean, he had a lot of records and you know, was you know, very interested in music, and it just kind of initially through, you know, osmosis, and then through my own you know, exploration of the record collection and things like that.
Is there any particular record that you remember?
I mean, when I was, you know, about 12 or 13, we had the whatever Ray Charles Atlantic singles box set, and that really kind of was a big turning point in the watershed for me.
Why?
just, you know, I never really heard stuff like that before, and it was really just, you know, I couldn't tell you at the time. I was very young, you know, exactly why it affected me the way it did, you know, but definitely was something I really responded to.
Yeah, you think that's when you started to, yeah, when your musical birth, so to speak?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, before then I had been listening to all sorts of country music and things like, you know, so it wasn't like I was unfamiliar with the idea of emotional music, but I definitely became more serious about music as I got to be a teenager, you know.
Why? Because why then?
I think that's when, you know, generally people become more serious about things that they're interested in, you know, so I think that's just kind of what happened,
yeah.
You know.
Were there a lot of kids that had the same taste in music? Could you share that?
Not really, but I had friends who in high school who were interested in all sorts of kinds of music, and we kind of all shared an exploratory, you know, bent in terms of listening to whatever was, you know. So, you know, I had a friend who was really into like Jamaican music, so we'd listen to some, you know, whatever Rocksteady and things like that, and then, you know, whatever, maybe Albert Ayler or John Coltrane, and then, you know, James Carr, and then Hank Williams, and then whatever, yeah. You know, Deerhoof.